Blizzard wants to make a new MMO because, what could possibly go wrong? Except kinda most likely everything. Well, it's gonna be a fun ride either way, so let's just see what we have here.
Blizzard's got a new survival game in the works. This, in particular, isn't new news. We actually first learned of the title in January of this year when the company soft announced it in a blog post seeking new hires, where they said,
I'm pretty sure rumors about a new MMO from Blizzard have been circulating for years at this point. People have been speculating about World of Warcraft 2 for a very, very long time, honestly, at this point.
Blizzard is embarking on our next quest. We are going on a journey to a whole new universe, home to a brand new survival game for PC and console, a vast realm of possibility waiting to be explored. They went on to say that they were looking to build a team of developers excited to work on a brand new project in the early stages of development. There were numerous positions.
Okay, this is how you know it's true. You can always tell when Blizzard is actually seriously contemplating a new product from the job hiring lists on their own website. Well, I'm just gonna say what's most likely on everyone's mind currently. Blizzard has failed World of Warcraft from the king of MMORPGs to currently a shambling mess where everyone's pissed about something because there is no harmony. A new expansion comes out, new things, everything old is forsaken, maybe one or two things get kept, and everything else is new because the old things, no one really liked them and they weren't really well implemented and they weren't never really fixed throughout the expansion. So, how does a company like this produce a new MMO? Does anyone honestly have trust in them? If this happened 10 plus years ago, I would be excited. I would be hyped, as literally would everyone be. But currently, it's reserved, maybe slight excitement because this is gonna be a far off thing if it happens, if it actually finishes. But you gotta understand some things. With the drinking of the Kool-Aid that is called Diablo Immortal, Blizzard understands that you can make a very shit-fast game and make a lot of millions and billions out of it pretty goddamn fast if you just have the correct type of microtransactions and all of that good stuff in it. So, the chances that this is a survival MMO is very slim because this needs to be a massive multiplayer thing. I am absolutely 100% convinced that Blizzard is currently amongst one of those companies that thinks that it is absolutely not even worth considering creating a single player game where you cannot milk microtransactions because no one's exactly going to be creating a second Elden Ring or a Dark Souls or whatever. Most companies think that that's just, essentially a money waste. Even if it sells good, microtransactions would still be better. So, pretty dreadful.
It's available for roles in the art, design, and engineering teams, many of which have been filled by this point, by the way. And those listings gave us some glimpses of information about what we might expect from the game.
That's Arc, by the way.
Beyond it just being like a next-gen survival game. Besides the reveal that Blizzard was making a new survival title, just the fact that the company had a brand new IP in development for the first time since Overwatch was news and a pleasant surprise. Although response was somewhat muted at the time, with Blizzard still deep in the throes of its ever-growing list of controversies and recollection.
You can't even count Blizzard's controversies at this point on one hand. Honestly, I personally think the biggest and worst controversy was replacing all of the lewd art in World of Warcraft with bowls of fruit. That honestly was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That they even announced this game seems to have just kind of faded into the background. Nevertheless, in the months since the reveal, some brand new information has surfaced, including most recently some leaked details about the game from
Blizzard survival game leak, codename Odyssey. I have heard that name before, and it wasn't just this year or anything. I think this I think the way that Blizzard does these things, like, Codename Ghost, the StarCraft shooter that they were planning, I think they just, re-scrap these names for some odd reason, because most likely people already have heard something Odyssey Blizzard in these regards of a game. And this is not new. This is like old. Looking amazing, looks like Everwild. No idea what's Everwild. Fairy tale survival game with building mechanics. Honestly, that sounds really good. But again, I'm really doubtful that Blizzard just don't screw up hysterically here, because they are leaking money, they are leaking subs, they are leaking numbers. The company is essentially ablaze from a business standpoint.
From someone who has seen it running in action, as in they have seen actual real life gameplay as recently as just a couple of months ago and shared some of those specifics. And from what was said, it does sound pretty darn cool. I want to dive into all of that and everything we know about the game, but first let's get a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored once again by Ridge Wallet, the durable built-to-last wallets designed to help stream.
Yes. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand people who... Man, I think if I went to a supermarket, took out my wallet, and there, with a band-aid, was my money just lying like that there, even the cashier, who has barely finished the 7th grade, will most likely be looking at me and thinking, God, this guy's a fucking moron. Wow. I never understood this principle with the clipping thing. Otherwise, honestly, the Ridge Wallet does seem a little bit cool, but, well, whatever. Jeez.
Recently as just a couple of months ago. After a few drinks and much to the chagrin of his co-host, he decided to...
Wait, what, did we miss something here? Also, why is there a Jeep? Oh, wait, is the Ridge Wallet announcement more important than anything? Sweepstake prize. Oh, shit, Ridge Wallet is giving away now cars and money prizes. That's absolutely insane and probably is gonna be great for their profit margins. Amazing. Anyway, this is a good reason to buy Ridge. But back to the actual shit that matters.
That we've got. This comes from Jez Corden on the Xbox 2 podcast.
Great game, by the way.
Who claims to have seen gameplay from as recently as just a couple of months ago. After a few drinks and much to the chagrin of his co-host, he decided to spill some of the details. He said that the game is code-named Odyssey, and right out the gate, he thinks it looks amazing. Specifically, he made mention of several other titles when describing the look and aesthetic of the game. He said that at a glance, it reminds him a lot of Everwild, which is the upcoming fantasy title from Rare. And while we haven't seen gameplay footage of that game, the trailers that they've released do have a very distinct look, and the comparisons that he's making would make sense to me, even just from the concept art that Blizzard released during the reveal.
Is that the concept art? Is that really the concept? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what to think about this. Flying castle in the distance, very original right there. City right there. I don't know even what to think about that. So, no, is this actually a portal to another dimension? I don't know what to think about it. It seems cheese AF, boys, I'm not gonna lie.
During the reveal, it seems to give a similar vibe to what Everwild was also presenting. Further descriptors that he used around the game's visuals and the setting included fantasy, fairy tale, magic, and a touch of steampunk, all with a through line of that classic...
Yeah, I'm sure magic goes real well with steampunk most of the time. Sure, Chief.
Blizzard look, almost like Pixar inspired. And beyond Everwild, he also said that the game's world reminds him quite a bit of Fable.
By the way, the Blizzard look is intentionally currently turning more and more into a constant cartoon, because Blizzard desperately wants a new player base. And one of the most lucrative new player bases is obviously children. Because when a child tells their parent, mommy, daddy, I want this, I want that, well, it's either you buy that shit for them, because, a lot of people can afford that nowadays, most likely, especially Americans and, other countries like that. It's just the gold mine that everyone wants to tap into. If someone's telling you that this game is not for children, but it's supposed to be the next big hit, yeah, it's actually for children. And Blizzard's art style direction being more and more cartoony and colorful at most times, except Diablo 4, I guess, is kind of proof of it.
Now, in terms of the gameplay itself, he said that it's a survival title with what looks to have a lot of base building mechanics. There was also complex machinery with a fairy tale twist.
Oh shit, that does look cool. Well, admittedly, anything Tesla Tower-esque is really cool, usually.
He made mention of having seen what appeared to be alchemy stations in the game. And also, he said it was similar in ways to titles like Fallout 76 in that it has these...
Oh yeah, I'm very sure that it's a very smart thing, and dude, if you wanted your game to fail and people to be on edge, yes, say it's as good as Fallout 76. I'm sure people are gonna be so excited. No, people are gonna be excited about the video shitting on that game, how goddamn horrid it was at the point of release.
Mercantile mechanics where you're able to kind of make your own vendor stations. As an example, he said that you could set up a potion shop crafting unique concoctions that you were then able to list.
Okay, I guess that's a little bit different, but hey.
And sell to other players. The gameplay that he saw was all in first person. This is something that we learned earlier in the game's history, that this is supposedly a first person title, with the character running around with a bow and using some elements of magic, although he didn't go into much detail here. He also stated that he doesn't get the sense that the game is MMO in nature, but more survival with RPG elements along the lines of games like Ark or Grounded.
Yeah, you see, again, I kind of do not absolutely believe that at all. I do not think Blizzard is gonna release a pure solo-esque type games ever again. I don't see this company doing it. It's gonna have a huge multiplayer element to it, at the bare minimum, like a real money auction house.
Although it might be more MMO than he has the indication of, which will...
Also, by the way, why real money action houses could potentially become a thing? Well, Blizzard has already pretty much dried up all their good guy karma that they accumulated over their years in their startup with Warcraft 3, Diablo 2, and all of that good stuff. So, now everyone just sees them as, well, evil, more or less, kinda. So, why not use the fact that that you cannot go lower in the eyes of other people? There are still going to be fanboys that buy every product you release, no matter what the situation. They're just going to buy it because, get hyped for new product, don't ask questions, consume product, and get hyped for next product. That's the mantra that some people honestly have when it comes to Blizzard shit. And, well, why not abuse the fact? Just put in those auction houses, make people already adjusted to them, and, well, again, you can't go lower than you currently are, so there's nothing to lose.
We'll get to in a moment. Now, he wrapped all of this talk up by saying that just in general, he thinks the game looks amazing. He doesn't have any particular idea when we're going to get an official reveal. I mean, makes sense because do keep in mind, we still don't even have a name for this game at this point. It's just referred to as Blizzard's unannounced survival game with some concept art that they've released. And that is like the latest information. This is what we just got very recently. Now, do remember that these are
How can we have concept art release, but then someone claims to have played it and I don't. That seems kind of counterintuitive.
Technically leaks, so we don't know for sure whether or not they're real, but I will add, established games journalist Jason Schreier confirmed in the Reddit thread about this that the codename Odyssey is in fact real. This to me...
Oh, Jesus, Jason Schreier coming here with the big hits. Oh, that matters so much. Codename Odyssey is real. Like, get a life.
At least lends a lot more credit to the rest of the information. If this guy knows the code name, he's probably not lying about what he saw. Also, He
confirmed the code name. I can also confirm that I knew the code name before, even though I didn't. But I can confirm that. So what, are you gonna just randomly trust some bozo who says, I knew the code name? Admittedly, Jason Schreier has known a lot of things and he has those insider scoops, but I mean, like, still, come on.
I'll add just the nature of the reveal of him sharing this information, his demeanor, the way he spoke about it, came across as very authentic, as just a guy talking about some early footage that he saw. And also, far as I can tell, Jez Corden is a reputable source in himself. Like, there's no reason for me to doubt what he's saying here. That said, I totally believe everything that he's mentioned and he's revealed. Now, it's not like that much real info was revealed. You know, we know it's now a fantasy-themed survival game, which we kind of figured from the concept art. We know that it looks good. Stuff like the working machinery and the player shops, that's technically new information, which is pretty cool. And yeah, all of it does sound cool. All of these details, they're nice to get. Sounds pretty interesting, even if some of it is a little vague in nature. Now, I did reach out as well for some further information, but basically it looks like all of the info from the podcast is all we're going to be hearing about the game for now. But we do know a lot more. As I mentioned, bits and pieces of information about this game have come out in the time since it was revealed back in January, so let's dive into that. So what details particularly do we have? Well, of course, we know it is a survival game, but like a full-on survival game with a lot of similarities to titles like Ark, Rust, or even Valheim, with that Blizzard aesthetic and that Blizzard polish. In some discussions shortly after the initial reveal,
Well, Valheim was big and people did love it.
Reddit user claimed to have seen an early development screenshot, and they said it was first person with a cartoon fantasy-esque art style. It had that...
Yeah, cartoon-esque fantasy. Yeah, it's just literally the... Okay, so now they're trying to steal the Fortnite kids away from Epic. Good luck with that.
A typical survival game UI with food, water, and what seemed to be temperature indicators. There were also faction and quest indicators. Now, they claim to have seen this when one of their gaming buddies, who also worked at Blizzard, accidentally posted a screenshot of the game, and then they went on to say that the screenshot was extremely bland, that it was not meant to be seen by anyone other than Blizzard employees, but it was interesting nevertheless. So if we believe this, it looks like we're gonna...
I don't know, we usually get a lot of this random, oh, this is a screenshot that leaked and so on. Shared noises, like the video.
Gonna get some standard survival stuff. We're gonna have meters and upkeep systems for food, water, and temperature. Then with that RPG layer of quest and factions layered on top. Fair enough, makes sense. Not particularly surprising if true. Also, shortly after the reveal, World of Warcraft content creator Taliesin said that he was told prior to the reveal that this game was going to be Ghibli style in its visual sense, but also a social-focused MMO. Now that does...
See? Social. Again, I don't think Blizzard is ever gonna release anything that's single player. Never. No chance. They need to make money, and they don't believe in single player.
Does contradict what we had heard from that leaked information earlier, but that was also from someone just looking at gameplay and intuiting what they were seeing. And the idea that this is MMO in nature is further supported by additional evidence. Now, what exactly that means in terms of the game size and its player base, that is all nothing but speculation. If I were to guess, if we're saying that this really is Blizzard's, quote, next MMO, I would assume it's less World of Warcraft and more Destiny in nature. I'm not thinking that we're going to be getting dedicated servers that we pick and put our character on with thousands of players each, but more like...
Oh, yeah, I got it. For a moment there, I thought that, wait a minute, is Destiny like that? No. It's the normal thing. Just pick a server that you want to play on. It just makes it sound a little bit strange.
Likely, you'll see people running around, there will be phasing and stuff like that. That would be my assumption. Now, again, supporting the evidence that this might be MMO in nature is the fact that not too long ago, Blizzard had a brand new job posting listed for the game's lead social designer, which stated successful candidates will motivate players to engage with each other in ways both competitive and collaborative, forming new bonds of friendship or rivalry, and ultimately developing those bonds into meaningful relationships. So with that mentioned, of both co-op and competitive play, I would say it's safe to assume...
Am I the only one who got a dystopian vibe from that? The fact that they already are... the fact that you are making an MMO and you are creating a role to hire, so it encourages people to actually talk to one another and do something together is just strange. That does not make me think that this game is gonna be... Well, there's... How much of a social aspect is it gonna have? It seems like zero, but they're gonna try to push it because they're expecting to fail at it? It seems very strange.
that we are looking at what's probably a shared world game, if it's not full-on MMO, where you can find other people in the game and then work together or even engage in PvP. And again, kind of seems
No shot that PvP is gonna happen like that.
like a no-brainer. It is very much so in line with a
The reason that PvP can't happen like that is because it's an MMO and it's cartoonish. So even if there is an option for that, it's gonna be a tag-inst type of system. You choose if you want to do it.
a lot of other games in the survival genre. This isn't particularly new or groundbreaking concepts, but I do appreciate the apparent confirmation that this isn't just going to be like matchmake with your friends or something like this, that we might be getting an actual semi-open shared world MMO-esque kind of thing. That would be really
That is Rust, by the way. Looks pretty good. But honestly, has there been any competition to games like Rust in the past years? I haven't heard anything big. Maybe I just missed it, but I haven't heard anything big that could be a competition to games like Rust. So, maybe.
cool. I would love to see it. Now, in terms of how far along this game is in development, I know we just got this soft reveal not too long ago. I should point out that during that first reveal, Blizzard president Mikey Barra said that after playing for several hours himself, he was excited about the team's vision for the game. Playing several hours in plot.
Okay. When seeing statements like this, I mean, do you think he is legally allowed to say the opposite? No, of course he's not. Of course he needs to write something good. Of course he needs to make people want to play it and so on. He can't. I think he's contractually obliged to be forced to say only good things. The fact that someone at Blizzard says, "Oh wow, I absolutely love it," is kind of meaningless.
Game's vision for the game. Playing several hours implies that the game is playable. On top of that, we do know that the game's actually been in development for about 5 years now. This detail.
You see what again, 5 years. So there's at least going to be some polish to it, I guess. But yeah, at the start he said that we only knew about this like this year, January or something like that. That's insane. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. We probably have heard about things like this for years upon years now.
Comes from project lead Craig Amai's LinkedIn page, which states that he began work on the game in July 2017. Prior to that, he's actually been with Blizzard since 2004, starting out as the senior game master for World of Warcraft before moving on to...
I wonder how many sexual allegations he has. An old dog,
senior game designer and eventually lead quest designer before shifting into this new survival project in 2017. But yeah, starting on this in 2017 means that this game has been in some sort of development for about 5 years. Although much of that time could very well have been pre-production, just the fact that the game is in a playable state, as evidenced by Blizzard's president having some hands-on time, and the gameplay footage seen and detailed by Jez Corden, I gather that the game has probably been in some sort of full production for maybe about 2 or so years right now, maybe 2 to 3 years of pre-production and roughly 2 years of full production, or flip-flop those. Either way though,
that most likely is more or less true.
The game is in a position where it is functioning enough to be playable and have some sort of gameplay footage to show. I have also heard, I should note as well, that it doesn't appear like everything's there. We're not talking about fully fleshed out with all of the visuals and the animations in place and all of the textures loaded even. It's not in that kind of a state, but it's in a state where there's something functioning that people can play to test out mechanics and try systems and work on engaging with the game space, which is pretty cool. It's somewhat far along in production. It's not like they haven't started putting it together. It's playable. That's exciting. Something else that's also pretty exciting to me is just the discussion that's popped up around this game from people within the games industry. Shortly after they announced the title and those open positions, several past and existing Blizzard employees commented on the project. For example, Jeffrey Virtue, who is currently the executive producer of Riot's Teamfight Tactics, was the co-lead for this survival game from Blizzard between 2019 and 2021. Now, he said that he thinks this is a project that is going to have a big impact on the games industry.
Okay, that is 100% true because, again, it is a Blizzard property. a new Blizzard IP. Everyone's gonna be excited. Everyone's gonna want to try it because hope dies last, or hope fades away the last. Pick your poison. That's gonna be the situation. So obviously it's gonna be big.
Others had similarly glowing things to say. Andrew Porter, the senior concept artist at Blizzard, said, "Finally excited to see our game gently emerge into the public. This is what I've been working on since I joined Blizzard. I can't say much, but the team and the project are amazing, and it's the best game dev experience I had." And then Katie Mallett.
Okay, not to talk down to people in art design and whatnot, but no one cares about your fucking opinions. If you're an artist, yeah, be trash somewhere else. No one exactly cares about your opinions, okay? You're just an artist. You are the only part of the gaming development that actually finishes thing on time because you have the easiest shit, okay? Maybe you make something that looks good, but yeah. Artists are the last people who I want to hear from about the game.
Who is a game writer at Turtle Rock currently, previously worked at Blizzard, and she said she's stoked to see the game that she followed internally for so long finally announced, proud of everyone working on it, and can't wait to play. It is going to be spectacular. Jason Schreier further added around this time, for what it's worth, even some of the most disgruntled Blizzard employees rave about this game and
maybe. Admittedly, it's really easy to make people rave about it because, you have something half finished. Like, this is just easily human psychology. Let me explain. You have something that's halfway finished, and it's not anywhere near to being finished just yet. Everyone understands that, who you show it to. First of all, there is the bonus point of excitement because these people exclusively get to see the game. They feel special because they are the rare ones who get to see this, and that alone just pumps up their excitement for the product. So that's one. Two is the fact that it's, as I said, unfinished. So you can tell them, oh, it's gonna be so bigger. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. We're planning to do this. You can tell them all the dreams that you have ever dreamt to that could be potentially added to the game, and they will buy it. The fact that everyone at Blizzard is raving about this and tell Jason Schreier that, oh yeah, we're happy about it, means literally nothing. Literally nothing.
Team. And do remember that this came at a time when Blizzard was getting non-stop blasted online and in the press for its myriad of controversies, bad practices, lawsuits, and
yeah, and that does not matter for these psychological tendencies of humans.
Investigations, during which countless Blizzard employees were openly vocal with their grievances. But in spite of all of that, many of them still had predominantly positive things to say about this game and the team working on it. Now, that doesn't excuse or override any of those other issues, but it does speak to the positive impression that the game itself left on these individuals, which is a good sign for the game, Blizzard's larger struggles notwithstanding. And I think what's most exciting to me about this project is that this appears to be the first, real big AAA attempt at multiplayer survival. Most of the games in this genre have come from smaller development studios with not nearly the budget Blizzard has, especially now after this Microsoft acquisition. And I've always considered Blizzard one of the best gameplay first developers. Even with the myriad of issues some of their games may have, in my eyes, they are still top class in delivering games that feel great to play. Diablo 3 for ARPGs, World of Warcraft for MMOs, Overwatch.
Diablo 3 is really? I'm pretty sure everyone just plays Path of Exile instead of Diablo 3. Let's be real here. And Overwatch, I'm sorry, Overwatch, how many players do you have compared to Valorant and CSGO? Yeah. No, these are not crowning achievements that you want to be pushing.
Watch for FPS. These are some of the best feeling games in their respective genres. Getting that kind of a polish of game in a survival title, that is an exciting premise. That is really exciting to me because yes.
But to be fair, yes, there should be extreme polish, and you kind of should expect that Because I think everything that Blizzard still has released, to a certain degree, still has a, well, extremely high level of polish for the most part. Sure, there are aspects of most things released that are buggy and whatnot, but for the most part, Blizzard still does polish their games.
A lot of survival games, a little janky, to put it lightly. Now that's...
But on the other side, how long can you polish a turd to make it look like a diamond? Questionable. Admittedly, some companies have done it.
Said, with the direction modern Blizzard and AAA gaming in general has moved in, monetization, I'm sure, will be a conversation to be had, and we will wrestle with that once those details start rolling in. No doubt, season pass.
It's not gonna be good. Everyone knows it. The monetization is not gonna be good.
Passes, cosmetic stuff, all of that is probably going to be in this game. But in the meantime, though, I'm just excited to be having something new to look forward to, something new from Blizzard.
Get excited for new product, consume new product, get excited for next product, don't ask questions. The Blizzard fanboy.
To be excited about. Novelty, even if it is just in polish and a fresh coat of paint, is a big part of what keeps gaming interesting after all of these years. So yeah, it's exciting that a new survival game from Blizzard...
I honestly would just much rather have a good, fun product than get excited for a chance at something good. Fuck the getting excited part. I just want actual good games. I just want actual enjoyable experiences in gaming, not the promise of the world and getting nothing.
Blizzard is in the works, that a new IP from Blizzard is in the works. It is exciting with all of the caveats tied around Blizzard and their games tacked onto it. It is still nevertheless exciting. So what's next? Well, it's still early days, even with 5 years of development behind them. Blizzard themselves said that the game is in the early stages. Speaking with PC Gamer, they specifically said, "We're excited to share a glimpse of a new project and posted some job openings to build the team to bring its vision to life. However, we are in the early stages of development and do not have anything more to share at this time." Again, this was back in January around the reveal. Although I will say, I do think there's a decent chance that we get some official reveal in the not too distant future. And even if it's just the game's name and a logo or maybe some more concept art, next BlizzCon seems highly probable. Although, mind you,
Blizzard's definitely gonna release something. Blizzard has always been, well, kind of pretty damn good when it comes to giving people tidbits of what they want to see, except Diablo Immortal, but that's a different discussion, I guess.
next BlizzCon still hasn't been officially announced. Last news around BlizzCon was that they were taking 2022 off to reimagine the event. Now, we did get BlizzCon Line back in February, but that's like a more truncated version of the show. Probably going to be getting another one of those in 2023 until we hear otherwise. That is the assumption. I do suppose there's a possibility that they reveal something at this year's Game Awards. That's been a hot spot for new reveals, but I'm not sure because I have to assume they would prefer to have a big reveal of their next major IP, a brand new IP. They would prefer to have that at a BlizzCon, right? Even if it was at BlizzCon Online. We'll have to see. I will say, though, with Overwatch 2 launching this fall and Diablo 4 planned to release
Overwatch 1.0001. That's Overwatch 2.
In 2023, Blizzard is in the position where at least like officially revealing the name of the game and, like I said, maybe a logo, maybe some more concept art. That seems very likely. Even if we are years away from launch, it seems likely that we will be getting something official maybe later this year. Much more like
if we are years and years away from a launch, they will not reveal the logo, by the way. I think we are way closer to that, hopefully at least.
In 2023. But either way, there you go. That is all the new stuff, everything we know about Blizzard's upcoming survival title. Pretty exciting stuff, even if a lot of it is vague. Having a new novel experience.
It is pretty exciting to look forward to something. But again, caution.
And even if it is just polish and a new skin, a new coat of paint, which is what Blizzard historically has been good at, that's exciting to me. And yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait till we learn more, get more of the nuances behind the title, and we'll have that.
Crimson Desert looks amazing. Everyone you need to know. Meh. Anyway, that's pretty good. Go subscribe. Go watch my videos. Go subscribe to me. And have a nice day. Bye-bye.